Hi all you guys out there in YouTube land. Quick introduction. Thought I would do a comparison for those of you who are into ball jointed dolls or into Monster High dolls and want to see the differences and how they compare. I know a lot of people might see that as a little bit weird because this is a $30 doll you can get from Toys R Us. This is a couple $100 doll that you have to get offline from ball jointed doll dealers. But the reason I'm doing this is when I got into Monster Highs, I was always ball jointed dolls, I was always really afraid to get one, never did get one, started collecting Monster Highs, and then finally bought my first ball jointed doll, which is here. She is a Doll Zone Annie for reference. She's white skinned and she's an MSD size, or a 1/4 scale doll. For those of you who don't know much about Monster High, they are currently releasing a couple 17-inch dolls. This particular one is in scale with the other Monster High doll. She's supposed to be a giantess within the same world. So they are also releasing big versions of some of the originals, and eventually releasing a large Madeline Hatter in the Ever After High series, which I think is supposed to be a gimmick of the fact that in Alice in Wonderland she drinks the thing and gets bigger, and then drinks it, and then I think just eat the cookie and get smaller. I could have this backwards. But so I wanted to show the differences and stuff like this because I was just really excited about a 17-inch Monster High doll. And I was actually really impressed with this doll, and I'm not one of those people that thinks she's very cheaply made. She doesn't have a lot of accessories, she doesn't come with a lot of stuff, but considering the price point of $30, I was really impressed because of her size and the way that they have jointed the doll. I may have to break these videos up a little bit because I can only upload about a 10-minute video at a time, and I'm not sure how long this is going to take. But first off, I just want to show you them in general as they are, fully dressed. I'll start with my Doll Zone Annie. She is roughly got no shoes on or anything for height comparison because I don't really have a lot of MSD size shoes and none of them are her size. I chose her because all of my other MSDs are not humanoids, or they're minifees, which for those of you who know, minifees are much smaller in like girth of their joints and feet and everything, and are a little bit shorter than your average MSD. But for those of you who don't know much about ball jointed dolls, I'm sorry, they are completely customizable. The face is painted onto a fully white sculpted head. The eyes are inlaid and the eyelashes are put on. And the eyes are actually, the eyes in this girl I'm pretty sure are glass. I have not messed around with her in a long time because she's my first ball jointed doll and I really keep her mainly for nostalgia, but I still do love her to death. I couldn't get rid of her to save my life. But, of course, they are completely customizable. You buy clothes for them or make their clothes. I really hate to do this, but for those of you who don't know much about ball jointed dolls, I will. Her hair is a wig. She currently has a head cap because her wig will not stay on without a head cap. Top of their heads come out, and that's how they're being stay together. They have the stringing, and you can see the eyes are put in there with putty. So that's the basic of how the heads work and stuff like that. You can pull the string and take the head completely off. I'm not going to do that. God, it's been so long since this girl hasn't, I've done anything with her. I feel so bad. Of course, doll nudity, just so I can show you the jointing and show you the difference. If that's not okay, then I'll try to keep her somewhat out of frame with certain parts, but I make no promises. I really don't care about doll nudity. I know some people do. Getting her shirt off is apparently really hard. I forgot how hard this shirt was to get off. Okay, so doll nudity. this is pretty much how a doll would normally come, with absolutely nothing unless you buy a full set, which I did. I do have her original full set, for those of you who know. She, in general, for a ball jointed doll, has the 2 torso joints, so she can go forward and back, and arm with a peanut system, then a wrist that just does this. She has the swivel on the leg, the peanut joint knee, and her thighs are like that. And then there's her feet. And the reason I'm showing this real quick is just for those who are into Monster Highs and don't understand the jointing system. So I went quickly over it just because I know most of my viewers are ball jointed doll people who would know all this information. But this is just a general look of how a ball jointed doll would come to you. And then, in comparison, we have her. It's just the stand she came with. We have Guliope, is how I'm pronouncing it. If it's right or wrong, I don't care. Her headpiece does come off. I'm not taking it off because it's actually pieced in with some plastic, so it doesn't move. Her earrings do come out, and I'm assuming you can make your own or probably find someone who does make them if you'd like to replace them with something different. Not sure if they're interchangeable with the other Monster High dolls just because of her size, and so I'm not sure if that little thing that sticks into her head is actually the same size. For comparison, she is right around the exact same height, but her head is a lot bigger. Their shoes are very similar to those of Barbie from when I was little. I don't know if Barbie's changed. They just slip on and off. I'm taking them off because they do give her quite a bit of height, as you can see at the bottom. And her outfit is a one-piece thing, and I've not taken it off yet, so I'm going to wonder if these plastic rubber bands are going to give me an issue, which I have not removed yet because I wasn't really normally planning to. I'm going to have to remove them. Okay. Whatever. So I want to actually be able to take that neck piece off to show you how she looks. That's stuck around her head. That's wonderful. There we go. So, little arm piece for her. And then off comes her dress. In detail, like actual body-wise, she's like a normal Barbie with the fake panties, the plastic panties. So, and here you have Guliope. And for those of you who don't know, she does have a lot more jointing than the normal Monster High dolls, which is great because if she had the same jointing, I don't think she would work out as well because of her size. But I'm going to show you very quickly because I don't have a lot more time before I have to start the next video. But there are some ball jointed dolls that have this, but she has the swivel right here for her arm. She has, hey, I don't know what to call this style joint, but it's very interesting. And she has just up and down on the arms, and then she can swivel via the fact that her hand can just pop off like every other Monster High. She is the second doll to have this chest joint. Some people think she's the first. She's not. The horse doll, the one that's half horse at the bottom, also has this joint. It's some movement back and forth. Her legs are the, just go outward, but she also has the swivel right here. And mine's a little bit tough to move. Her knee joints are actually the same as her arm, which gives her that much movement. Which is actually really, really good for a Monster High doll. And then, of course, there's no jointing within her feet. They're just a solid piece. Which are actually ball jointed dolls that have that as well. But there's the basic jointing. I really need to restring her. Put her feet about where her toes are, you see? And they're about the same height. The Monster High doll's a little bit bigger, but it's due to her head size. I'm going to go on and stop this video and start with a new video and tell you a couple other differences and changes. And as you can see, of course, there's no inlaid eyes and the hair's rooted. It doesn't come off. But in the next video, I'll go a little bit more in depth just for those who want to know. So, be right back.